Good evening, everybody. I hope everyone out there is having a fantastic Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving evening here in Texas. It's 5:50 p.m. It's already dark outside. I tell you what, we didn't do the traditional turkey this year. We did fried catfish, hush puppies, French fries. We did green bean casserole and dirty rice, and that's how we do it in the South. We switch it up a little bit, and we just get to spend time with family, enjoy conversations. We try not to talk too much about crypto, but you know the family's always asking, how's that XRP doing? How's that Bitcoin doing? And I always say, fantastic, let's eat. So I'm going to make a quick video this evening. It is Thursday. It is Thanksgiving. I hope everybody is doing fantastic. I'm not a financial advisor. I am a crypto teacher. A short video, a little bit of updates of what I have found this evening, and we're going to go and get into it. So I finally received my Uphold Elite debit card. Every time I spend stable coins, cryptocurrency, precious metals on my Uphold account on the card, I'm going to get 6% back in XRP into my XRP wallet. Check it out. There's a link below. Get you a card and get 6% XRP back, baby. One of my major sponsors, and I'm just going to go through this real quick. I had no clue that you could do this. If you have an iTrustCapital account, if you've rolled over 401ks over to a traditional IRA with iTrustCapital and you're currently trading 24/7, 365, well, you have the option of rolling some of that traditional IRA into a Roth IRA. And it says a Roth IRA conversion involves moving retirement funds from a traditional IRA or 401k into a Roth IRA account. When an investor carries out this particular conversion, it's counted as taxable income, but withdrawals during retirement can be tax-free. So right now, if you put $50,000 into Bitcoin or XRP, I think the limit in the United States is $7,000 a year max. But say you put $7,000 in XRP right now before the end of the year. In the next 5 years, it grows to $500,000. You do not have to pay taxes on that difference. On the capital gains. That is a Roth IRA. That is available in the United States. Sign up for iTrustCapital for free. Also, you can actually own XRP. You don't have to worry about an ETF or owning the value of XRP. With iTrustCapital, you own the token XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, precious metals, all the above. Check it out. Sign up for free below. Okay. Let's look at numbers. $3.2 trillion. Bitcoin is $91,264. Ethereum's around $3,000. XRP, we're hanging around $2.20. Get excited. Let's go ahead and get after it. Somebody posted this yesterday, and I looked at it, and you're just sitting here, you're going, man, I could have had some of that. So Tim Haynes, back on July 6, 2013. Bitcoin was hovering at $1 for ages, and now it's dropped to 68 cents. If I gambled on that sort of thing, I'd be buying right now. 68-cent Bitcoin on July 13, 2013. We're looking at, it's crazy to fathom how high Bitcoin has gone in the last 12 years. And it's really hard to imagine what the value of all of these really use case utility ecosystems are going to be worth here in the next year, 2 years. What's it going to be worth, people? Cointelegraph gets this out there today. Binance's XRP reserves have fallen to about 2.7 billion. One of the lowest ever, as steady outflows show investors are pulling tokens off the exchange. Since October the 6th to now, individuals have pulled 300 million Bitcoin off of Binance. From 3 billion XRP to 2.7 billion XRP. People are starting to hoard up XRP. People are starting to drain the OTC markets. ETFs are starting to drain XRP. People are starting to hold XRP, people. Cointelegraph, U.S. markets are closed today for Thanksgiving and will run a shortened session tomorrow, trading from 9:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern. And I said, hey, guess what? XRP never sleeps. You could trade 24/7, 365. You could send XRP to someone or some organization in 3 to 5 seconds, and it never sleeps. Crypto and blockchain is 24/7, 365. That is why everybody is getting so excited about tokenization, putting stocks on the blockchain, putting real estate on the blockchain, putting real world assets on the blockchain so that you could trade 24/7, 365. Here's some of the big news that came out. Ripple's RLUSD stablecoin wins key regulatory green light in the UAE. It says the designation means that licensed firm can use the dollar peg token for regulated activities, placing it into a group of tokens permitted by the ADGM's ring fence financial system, people. It won approval for use in Abu Dhabi's ADGM. What is ADGM? It's Abu Dhabi Global Market. The achievement follows FSRA licensed firms to use RLUSD for regulated activities, expanding its presence in the Middle East. RLUSD's acceptance highlights its role as a stablecoin with clear reserve rules, appealing to banks and payment firms in the region. RLUSD, people. RLUSD is working its way up the ranks. It is backed by US dollars. It is backed by treasury bonds. There's attestations that show the proof that RLUSD is backed by values of the US dollar. Ripple in the UK is approaching crypto regulation with Matt Osborne from Ripple. Listen to this.
The UK is one of the world's leading international financial centres, so when it leans into crypto, this matters. Hi, I'm Matt Osborne, Policy Director for Europe at Ripple, and this is Crypto in 1 minute. The UK is now acting to realise the benefits of crypto technology. The government and regulators are working to bring clarity to the industry. They're engaging with leading players, both homegrown and global, and that's a huge step forward. We're starting to see the results already, with leading UK financial institutions exploring what crypto means for their businesses. Though the UK is a little behind other jurisdictions, it actually has a second mover advantage, meaning it can look to other regions to learn what's worked and what hasn't. For example, the UK plans to allow overseas stablecoins like RLUSD to be used locally, supporting the UK's role as an international hub. Of course, challenges remain. The new framework needs to be implemented at pace, and the Bank of England has been cautious on stablecoins, though it's showing signs of a more constructive approach. The UK is recognising that proportionate, innovation-friendly rules are essential. If the UK follows through, it's on track to become a global leader in digital assets.
Yep, the UK, RLUSD, stablecoins, crypto. I tell you what, things are happening and people don't even realize what's happening. So if we look at RLUSD on CoinMarketCap, it is currently the number 64 cryptocurrency by market cap. RLUSD is working its way up the ranks. USDT's number 1, USDC's like the second stablecoin. You have others, but RLUSD being on top of the XRP ledger and on top of the Ethereum blockchains is going to be the number 1 stablecoin. Michael Arrington Capital. I got to see him and the crew out at Swell in New York. He's a crazy nut. Well, look at this. He said, should we make this? Which one? Arrington Capital, Ripple. So he's looking at making an Arrington Capital watch with the XRP logo. And here is the other one. I like the dark one here, Arrington Capital with the XRP logo. I said, bring it on. I want one of the dark ones. Come on. Come on, bring it. Okay, and finally, I'm doing a survey, a 24-hour survey on X, which is formerly Twitter. And I said, which one comes first? $100 XRP or $1 million Bitcoin? I repeat, what comes first? $100 XRP or $1 million Bitcoin? Out of 477 votes so far, 88% said that XRP is going to hit $100 $100 before Bitcoin hits $1 million. Be sure to subscribe. Tomorrow is Friday. Let's see what kind of news is going to break. I'm going to make some more videos for you. The week is coming up. Enjoy your family, and don't forget, I told you so.